Hi, this is Robert Dunlap. Recently, as some of you may have noticed, I have used certain AI special effects in my videos, with, of course, my music in the background, music that I've created. And the response thus far has been very positive. However, recently on YouTube, I received a comment that said, "Get off the internet, AI slop." Now, I began to think deeply about the comment. Now, normally I don't pay much attention to negative comments unless I feel that it is leading to something that's a deeper concern in the industry. And in this particular case, I did a little analysis. I did some research, and of course, I came up with thus far what I had expected. There are people who are deeply concerned about the utilization of AI and how it will affect the industry, and I completely understand it 100%. In fact, just to let you know, before I ask for your comments down below, I'll let you know my response to this. First of all, I am not in favor of being able to create AI music and monetize it. Um, Now, I'm okay with the creation of AI music if it is only to inspire the individual artist for certain ideas, sort of as a think tank, if you will. But I, in no way, am in favor of that replacing the musician. Um, there are people who are concerned about even the visual effects and how it will affect the industry. Well, consider this. Back in the 1980s and 1970s, there was always technology developing. You had special effects. In fact, back in the 80s, we used to call it trick photography. I would say, wow, Dad, how did they do that? Well, that's trick photography. And that's basically the way that it was. Uh, and this, and so every time a new, very dramatic, very powerful, very intricate technology arrives, there is going to be, of course, the concerns, and I completely sympathize with that. And so, just so all of you know, I'm being very, very careful about the way that I utilize this because, just like many of you, I do not want it, taking our paychecks, because there is nothing, well, for obvious reasons, but also there's nothing like the authenticity that comes from, the biological specimens and humans. And so I'm all for it. And so I am not one to necessarily jump, headfirst into it. But just like some of the cutting edge technology back in the 80s or 70s, I do, would like to just toy with certain aspects of it to see how it could uh, basically improve certain visual aspects and things like that uh, in more cost-effective ways and things like that. But I'm still developing my opinions as we move along. So I want to more importantly know what you think. I want your complete, honest opinions below, and where you stand on in this in the industry. And I suspect that I'm probably anything you might say may be preaching to the choir. I may feel the same way. But anyway, I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you very much.